Oh, Mang, I think that Mooncasting is about to collide with Concord, Mang. Somebody should try to stop that, Mang. We're all gonna die. Yeah, that's correct, Tang. We are 2 days away from Concord officially being shut down. Yes, I'm a petty ass piece of I am going to absolutely milk this. You have no idea how insufferable the PlayStation fandom can be, so when the opportunity comes to milk something that triggers them this much, I'm going to do it. Specifically because I'm the best at it. Not that there's any pride there, but I don't think there's a single account blocked by more PlayStation fanboys than me. They know very well that I'm the last person they want to see on their timeline during such a tragic moment. We're gonna rub it in their faces, and we're not going to be polite about it either. So if you want to be there for some more trolling, well, tomorrow, 12 p.m. Pacific time, we will all take time to mourn the final day of Concord. Be there for the stream, you don't want to miss it. There's some of the best out there. Oh yeah, don't forget to subscribe. Get me to 75k subs or something. I don't know. You guys decided the number. Just subscribe or do whatever you do for other YouTubers. Now then, 24 players are all that remain on Concord. One of those 24 players is probably, what am I saying, one of the 24? 19 or 20 of the 24 players you're seeing are guaranteed to be a PlayStation fanboy. Specifically one you or I may know. Whether it's Wooly Gamer or Umis or J-Dub, they're counting down the days. No, Astrobot does not make up for this. Astrobot is a single player game. It does not fill the need for a multiplayer game. The one multiplayer game they did have planned for you is, well, gone. 2 weeks. That's all they gave it. But that doesn't stop the ponies from setting up 4-hour-long cope sessions where they're blaming everyone and everything except for the game. I thought it was just the woke journalists doing that. I thought the ponies would eventually surrender and admit that this game is just trash and they were never gonna stick around for the expanded material like the TV show it was supposed to get. But they are convinced that Concord was Sony's safest bet. And not SOCOM, not Killzone, not Resistance. As a matter of fact, they believe Concord is far more appealing in 2024 than some of the best games Sony ever put out. Behold.
Right? We are now in a gaming era where somebody could boastfully admit that they don't care for live service games, don't play multiplayer games, don't want PlayStation doing no multiplayer. They hate multiplayer games. But you will validate that person's opinion after claiming that they don't like this stuff about how a multiplayer gamer is good or bad.
Well, I mean, there's no need to rat yourselves out that hard. I understand. The multiplayer scene on PlayStation has not been good for an entire console generation. Almost 2 now. When it comes to the multiplayer scene, like I said in the previous video, Sony doesn't have much to offer. Well, they do, but they don't want to offer it to you. They want low cost, high retention, none of those risks of bringing back an IP that people never hated. You see, people like me and several others who have access to thousands of multiplayer games, especially if you're on PC, we know this is trash. As for your crowd, however, is you guys like anything and everything put out by Sony. Like, you have no standards. The people who play multiplayer games and know what's good and what's not can tell you that this is
This is where we're at in gaming, bruh. It's wild to me that, you know what I mean, people are so fickle in this gaming community.
It's wild to me that you guys got IT to be on this podcast. Well, I mean, yes, the gaming community is fickle. But that's not what the problem here is. As fickle as the gaming community can be, Concord is 8 years too late. That's just really what it is. Had it released 8 years ago, maybe they would have captured an audience. But it's 2024, and you have dozens upon dozens of hero shooters to choose from that cost less, have more players, and more engagement. It's really not gamers' fault that 8 years later, they changed their perspective on how they feel about hero shooters. Because, I mean, you give it enough time, and that genre quickly becomes oversaturated, don't you think? Of course, gamers' opinions seem fickle to you in the moment, Because you're probably still playing Overwatch, seeing as how the multiplayer scene over there on PlayStation is not that good. So you're quite behind the times. This game released at a time when gamers don't care about this genre. And that's not their fault. That is the fault of the development studio and the company who published the game being so out of touch.
You know what I mean? That's why I did a super chat where all the time, oh, PlayStation needs to do their own multiplayer games. Okay, they did it. Oh, they're not going to buy it because whatever reason.
Whatever reason, whatever reason.
Whatever happened there?
Well, the reasons we got is that, well, there's anything else in the world to play. That's really what it is. There's just so many other things one could play, and it's a very competitive market. And Concord is just not good enough to get people to log off those games. Why would anybody choose this over Overwatch? You have to give a good reason, but you have none, because you know deep down inside, the reasons people have are valid. Your only reason for liking it is that it came out of PlayStation. Not everything Sony shits out is a 10 out of 10, nor should it be treated as a 10 out of 10. Nobody showed up because the game sucked, it didn't appeal to anybody, and that's all there really is to it. Well, I mean, you know, also because it's woke, but I have to stop saying that word because it upsets a lot of people in the comments section. They hate that word.
Oh, hero shooter, but guess what they playing? They playing Apex Legends. They playing Overwatch. They dying to get into the beta for Marvel Rivals. Well, all of a sudden, hero shooter is saturated.
In what world does an unestablished new IP like Concord stand a chance against something like Marvel's Rivals? The most unpopular Marvel character ever probably holds more value than Concord. You have to be out of your mind to even draw a comparison like that, or even Overwatch. Concord cannot compare. It was supposed to be its own universe, and not a single person had interest in learning about it. All the characters are DEI check marks. They are soulless, empty vessels without any love or care put into them. They are unappealing in their designs, and nobody would ever choose this over being able to play as Spider-Man and Marvel's Rivals. Like, what the hell do you think would happen if we put these two games next to each other and asked somebody to pick?
Stop saying that bullshit too, man. Stop saying that bullshit. Because I'm pretty sure you can't even list 5 hero shooters that is successful right now.
I can't.
There's not no saturated market. Stop it.
No, you're right. I can't lisp like you do. Overwatch, Overwatch 2, Team Fortress, Apex Legends, Valorant. What do you mean I couldn't lisp 5 of them? I could list you more if you wanted. In all fairness, there's more hero shooters that bombed than succeeded. But that's just proof that it is indeed oversaturated, don't you think? For the love of God. It would have to take Microsoft publishing this game for this dude to finally stop capping for it.
You got like 3-4 shooters that's hero shooters right now that's quote unquote doing good.
That's on my mind.
That's oversaturation? No, it's not. Stop it, man.
No, those are the most successful ones, okay? You have to be very good to make it to the top. Unfortunately, too many people try to be the next Overwatch, and they always suck at it. Concord included.
I agree.
We're just parroting what dumb that don't play these games are saying, bruh. It is not oversaturation. These claim that they want stuff. When they get it, they don't get it. They don't buy it.
Wait, what is it? Is it their responsibility to go and purchase? Is it their duty? Are they supposed to just support everything even if they don't want to buy it? Nobody asked for an Overwatch clone out of Sony. Who? You? Definitely not. I bet you don't even have that many hours in Overwatch. So clearly, nobody ever asked for Concord. It was for nobody, and it sold to no one. Games simply existing is not good enough. They have to be good. That's like the most crucial part here, and they don't understand it.
Then they go back in history. Oh man, PlayStation need to do Killzone. They need to do SOCOM. Meanwhile, they will buy the last ones.
I guarantee you Killzone sold a hell of a lot more than Concord, all right? Because that game got like 5 games. Concord was shut down in 2 weeks. To say nobody would buy Killzone in 2024 and it coming out of a pony? What is so goddamn special about Concord that makes you go down this road? They are now putting down the games they once worshipped in order to stick up for shitty-ass Concord.
I don't know what the hell is going on out here, bro. I'm in the fucking Twilight Zone when it comes to gaming. But the people that's playing the game, giving their opinions, we're fraudulent. We're fanboy because we're enjoying the game. It's just weird. It's weird to me, man. It's weird to me.
Well, let me explain to you what's going on. What's going on here is Sony released a really shitty game, and it flopped hard because nobody cared about it, and nobody really liked it. Is that really so hard to grasp and understand? Is it because it's a PlayStation title? Is that why you can't wrap your head around it? You think by default PlayStation games are supposed to be beloved? I don't even know why you're denying being a fanboy. The majority of ponies that I deal with on a daily basis at the very least have the balls to admit that they are fanboys. How is anybody supposed to enjoy a multiplayer game that has no players? With a lobby of 100 people, how is anybody supposed to enjoy this game? Those are like 8 to 10 minute long wait times, and you're just being put into lobbies with the same people you faced over and over again. In order for a multiplayer game to be good, it has to be active. It is virtually impossible to enjoy.
This is what we're into in gaming now. So when I hear these opinions, when I see these shits about people talking about oversaturation, hero shooter this, but dying to get a code to Marvel Rivals, you don't think I see them tweets? Huh? Then go and play Call of Duty, which is like a semi-hero shooter.
What? Call of Duty is a semi-hero. You don't play games, do you? You don't play shit. You only stick to what you know. Dear old PlayStation. You have no fundamental understanding of the genre you're sticking up for. Amazing. The guy says the market's not oversaturated and then goes on to include COD as a hero shooter, oversaturating it even more. So stupid.
Knock it off, man. These people sound dumb, you look dumb.
You know what? Whose game is alive right now, huh? Your game? No, it's not. It's dead. So who looks dumb? The people who told you it was trash and it wouldn't even last a year, or you who thought it was comparable to Marvel's Rivals in Call of Duty? You want to complain about YouTubers grifting and their little checks and shit? Well, your entire channel, your entire persona is dedicated to capping for PlayStation. You are the most dishonest one here. You are lying to yourself, and honestly, it's kind of painful to watch. I'm not even having a good time anymore. This is just kind of sad. So for that reason, I think we're gonna go ahead and just end it here. Concord's failure has broken PlayStation fanboys down so hard. I mean, thankfully for Astro Bob, but nobody, and I mean nobody, is ever going to forget Concord. I'm gonna bring it up every time I get an opportunity. And if you want to see me bring it up, well, like, comment, share, and subscribe. Tomorrow's the big day. Concord goes off for good. Be there at the stream, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.
Free Congo sucks ass.